Portrait of a Lady on Fire is freaking great, man. This is some really good shit. I have been pretty hyped for this for quite a while, and it thankfully did exceed expectations, I will say. I do think this is a very sophisticated and elegant film. It's a period piece that does require patience, I think, as many period pieces do. I think a lot of that time period in cinema can be quite difficult to get right. You often have these films that are very, very dull and plain, because I guess you have to depict a time period that isn't exactly within reach anymore. No one really remembers the 1700s. But I think the two lead roles do so much with so little. Like, often they're just saying very short sentences to each other. Sometimes they're just looking at each other, and there's so much power behind the emotions that they utilize in this film. So basically, the film is set around this painter who needs to paint a picture for this lady who's about to get married, and it's essentially they start to have a bit of a thing for each other. And while I do think the outcome is quite predictable, I feel like without even seeing this film, you can probably sense where it's going to go. I mean, I certainly could from the very start, but no, it didn't matter. Like, there was so much to it. I think the exquisiteness of the dialogue between them, and much of again, like, a lot of the scenes between them are just so damn good that you don't really mind watching something that you may predict what will happen. These scenes between the two characters are quite sensual at times too. Like, I feel like they really, really sell. Like, there is this steaming heat coming out of these characters, and I feel like the director of this film managed to pull it off so incredibly well. I guess for negatives is that it takes a little bit of time to get going. I may not really have that issue on a second viewing, though. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this again to see if that ends up, sort of rectifying itself. We shall see. I would say the first 20 minutes-ish, it is a little dull, but once you get past that point, it gets really, really good. So I would say it does require a bit of patience. So don't be put off by it instantaneously, because I do think the payoff is worth it. And the acting in the final scene is ridiculously strong. Like, the power behind that performance right at the end is honestly one of the best moments in film I've seen throughout the course of 2019. It holds a ridiculous amount of weight, and not only that, but you do actually have an investment in the character by this point of the film, because they are really, really strong characters that are very well written. And there's nothing worse when you watch a film and you just don't really care about anything that's going on. So by the end, you're just like, oh, I don't care about this character. I think this film does that, twists that completely, and you do care about the characters. So yeah, I think, yes, this is a great film. French cinema, man, killing it. French cinema is on the fucking ball. This, along with Non-Fiction, is certainly some of my favourites of the year, even though I didn't review Non-Fiction, but you should definitely watch that if you haven't already. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favourites as well. 8 out of 10 for me. Could potentially rise to a 9 again. Like I said, on that second viewing, we shall see what exactly goes down, because I think it could easily get better with repeated viewings. It's a beautiful story. I definitely recommend this if you can catch it wherever you are, if it's out near you or whatever. Thank you for watching my review. Subscribe if you haven't already, that'd be great. Follow me on Letterboxd. I do little written reviews for films every now and then. So, if I don't do a review on here, it might actually be on there, so you might be able to catch some extra reviews. Subscribe, like I said, have a good day. Watch this film if you haven't already, and goodbye.